So obviously last week, big win for the team on Saturday, but big win for you as well, elsewhere in Buffalo. We talked a little bit about coffee with Coach, but just with that moment mean for you that it's going to be how many
I really, don't look at it like that. I just, that's kind of, for me, how I've always looked at it. It's always like, what do I have to do to put our team in the best position to win? And so that's where my mind went. It's a cool experience. It was awesome. Sharing that, being able to call my wife and daughters, and then hearing from so many former colleagues and players that I've coached was incredible. But from a mindset perspective, really, the thought goes to, okay, what do I need to do here in Rochester to help Pacer and Vinny, who are excellent, get prepared for us to try to win a game here in Rochester? And then what do I need to do to get to Buffalo and get organized and prepared to try to help the team be in the best position to win?
I don't know if it's the same thing. We talked before about how when players get that NHL call-up, like they can be confidence, especially if they haven't been there before. Can it be the same for a coach? Can it kind of put a little chip on your shoulder?
It's nice to know that it doesn't feel any different. I guess that's probably a good thing. It's a hockey game, and the ice sheet's 285, and there's a little bit bigger crowd, but we've played in front of a lot of big crowds throughout my career, and and there's a little bit better players, but it's still, when it's you on the bench coaching, you're doing the same thing. You're trying to put your players in the best position to succeed, trying to decide when to be hard on them, when to encourage them, trying to match lines if you're doing that night. So that part of it, I think from a coaching perspective, not a head coaching perspective, which is, you learn that here this last couple games, but I think I went through that the first time I was with NHL players when I was an assistant at the Men's Worlds, and I was in charge of pre-scouts and presenting information, and all of a sudden I'm going from coaching the under 18 team to delivering information to Patty Kane and players like that. And that was a moment that it was nice to know. It's the same. Give them information they need to make themselves and the team better, and they love it. And so that's your responsibility, is to try to put them and give them information to put them in position to be successful.
I think a lot of people look at New Year's as a checkpoint or a benchmark date on a year. In a hockey season, kind of looking at the month that was in December and what's in front of you guys now, where do you feel this team is at here about it?
A December win-loss record wasn't good enough. December, from a process that we needed to go through to become a better defensive team and a team that can win, have a chance to win long term, I think was a success. I have certain beliefs in how we attack things, how we go about the season, how we practice. And I think that our teams and our players individually have been rewarded a lot with that mindset over the last couple of years. But playing the way we were playing early in the season, and even though we were winning a lot of the games, is unsustainable in March, April, and if you want to play in May and June, you're not going to try to win 7-5 every night. You need to be able to win the hard-fought games. You need to be able to win 3-2, 2-1 on the back end of a 3-4 when you're tired and you don't feel very good. And so we've been going through that over the last month. That's been more of an emphasis, been more of a focus. Our defensive metrics and numbers have all improved dramatically in that segment of games. Our offense has slid with it. That's a byproduct of our focus, and I'll own that. And I said that to our guys. We need to be better defensively, and so we practiced a little more on some of those things than some of the offensive concepts. And now we need to be able to add more offense back in without losing the defensive detail that we've gained in the last month.
You talk about defense details, defensive details in that statement there. Seth came back after missing some time on Saturday. This is a two-part review. One, what do you think of him? What got a chance to put back out on the video? And two, on the other side, Ethan Krauss been out for a while. Where is it?
Ethan, I haven't talked to the trainers today, but I think Prowse will be cleared to play. Metza, I thought, was excellent for his first game back. Thought he was confident, aggressive, moved the puck well, broke us out well, helped us win a hard-fought, low-scoring game on the road. So We have 8 defensemen right now that we believe in. 8 talented defensemen, different skill sets. It's like our forward spots right now. There's a lot of competition. And I talked to the group about this yesterday, that iron sharpens iron, and competition is a good thing if you look at it the right way. If you look at it as, woe is me, it's going to be hard to get my minutes, you're going to get eaten up by competition. If you look at it as, I'm going to go to practice every day and try to be better than this guy or try to be better than this line, and not in a way that I'm going to run them physically or anything. I'm going to outperform them. I'm going to outcompete them. I'm going to win more small ice games. I'm going to win more puck battles. I'm going to put more work into my game and my craft. If you look at competition that way, it rises you up to beat the challenge. And that's how we need to look at it right now with the numbers we have in both positions.
Given the results in December's games, I mean, I know you talk about your team collectively improved defensively, but that's going to probably look out the entire club. That hasn't hurt you guys, right? I would think that kind of lifts your team more up.
Well, yeah, and it hurts us offensively too. Like, Prowse is a warrior, one of the tougher players I've ever coached. I know that sounds interesting because he's not this big physical presence. The amount of injuries that man has played through in the 3 years we've had him, the amount of times that in the playoffs last year that he is barely walking in the hotel because he's so banged up, yet somehow finds a way to go out there and give us 20 good minutes. During our roster depletion stages over the last couple of years because of COVID or injuries, he's played up to 30 minutes. He eats shots as good as anybody I've ever coached. Prowse is a really, really elite player for us. And to have him back and have him as an option, he makes us a better team, but he also has been a top 5 offensive defenseman in this league over the last 2 years. So those two both give us an offensive uptick, or at least the option for it, because we're going to have hard decisions, as well as helping our defense.
After asking about Eric Comrie coming down, you had him here before. What are you expecting out of him, and going back to another 3-man goaltender rotation third time this season?
Yeah, 3-man rotation is never ideal, so that has to be managed, and that's throughout the lineup right now. There's some managing of the roster that we're going to have to do as a coaching staff. For Combs, I think number one, he's an awesome teammate. He's a great person. Like, every day is a great day. He's in a good mood. He chooses to be in a good mood. He chooses to look at life from an optimistic mindset, and so that makes him just a pleasure to be around for his teammates and his staff. He's an elite goaltender. He's proven that at the American League level. He's proven that at the NHL level. And right now, like with Jost or Bryson or Stillman earlier in the year, it's great to be in the NHL, but it's not great when you're getting scratched a lot. And we all started playing hockey because we love it and it's fun. And it becomes not fun when you're not playing a lot. And so it's an opportunity for him to come down here and get more minutes and get his game where he wants it to be.
Do you think he's likely to start Friday, or is he going to game this weekend?
Yeah, we'll take that day to day right now. Right now, I haven't even thought about Friday. I was focused this week on, we've had an inconsistent practice schedule because of our game schedule, because of being out of our arena at times and things like that. And so my focus coming into this week, this month, is to get back to how we want to practice and how we want to go about our business every day.
I think there's at least been a little bit of focus for everybody on the scene away from Rochester and now in Sweden, what your equal league has been doing. Good help to hear from our office in Malaysia when Czechia beat Canada in that quarterfinal game. Just an update on what your thoughts are and what you've seen from that.
I'm really proud of Cooley. I think he was torn on going, and then felt that responsibility to his country. And I appreciate that and I respect that. And to have the pressure of wearing the C, they have a really poor game to start the tournament. And I was texting with him, and I've been texting with him throughout the tournament. I know Vinny's talked to him once or twice. And the things he's saying and the leadership responsibility he's taking for that group, it's great to see. And that's growth, that's maturity. And he's helping his team deliver in big moments. Obviously, I think he's got 8 or 9 points, which is pretty high up in the tournament in terms of the scoring, but he's also driven them, they had a silver medal last year. They haven't had a silver medal in a long time. Now they're in contention for another medal. To go back-to-back years where you're in contention for the gold is very impressive, and he's been a big driver of that.
Gold fingers, of course, only a couple of weeks long. When you talk about things he's saying and the fact that he's captain over there, like, you know, it's that short window. Did he come back here kind of a different person with that experience?
Yeah, I think anytime you go through experiences in your life, athletically or personally, you can grow from them if you choose to look at it that way. Grow from the success and the confidence that you earn through that earned success, or the failure and adversity, and then grow through learning what you did wrong or why you failed and what adversity and overcoming that adversity. So yes, I think that we as an organization believe, if we didn't believe this was a growth opportunity for him, we would have told him that we don't think it's a good idea for him to go. We are fully supportive of him attending this event because of the things he's getting placed on him right now.